Hi, my name is Nyamwange. I'm 16 years old and I'm a senior at the Illinois Math and Science Academy. So a little bit about me is I work with computer science / data science, technology, and sociology, but more specific, gender inequality and gender equality. And it's a lot of doing research to kind of understand the systemic barriers that gender inequality has implemented, and then on the other hand, using technology to try to disrupt these gender inequality barriers and support vulnerable communities, but more specific women. So what I'm most commonly known for is the device that I created called Etana, which works to give women in low infrastructure environments, so no electricity, no internet, identification, and kind of with that they can vote, participate in the formal economy, work formal jobs, things that they really weren't able to do before. So I became really interested in computer science and technology kind of from the sociology perspective. I've always been really interested in gender equality, and talking to my family back home in Kenya post the COVID-19 pandemic, I was really seeing exactly how it impacted men and women differently. At the very same time, I was just kind of lightly learning how to code, and from that it kind of just combined itself naturally, and I started looking at ways maybe I could use like computer science and tech to address some of those problems that I started to really care about and really see. And my biggest inspirations kind of in this haven't really been people who were in STEM themselves, but more so advocates for gender and in gender equality. And that in specific, I really do owe a lot of this to my family, and more specifically the women in my family. I think they've really opened my eyes to see a lot of things that I, wasn't really able to notice beforehand. So my biggest advice to girls who are interested in computer science and technology is to kind of be really super loud in these kinds of spaces. A lot of my computer science classes and the places I was doing research, it was a lot and kind of mostly men and just people who looked exactly the same. And from that, I kind of used to think about how obviously these people are looking to solve problems that affect them directly, kind of the first thing that pop up in their head. And when we're not accurately represented at kind of these tables and in these situations, and there's so many problems that go unaddressed, and it's pushing these vulnerable communities further and further back. So I would say take a lot of chances, learn as much as you can on your own, so that when you get to these places you feel better equipped to kind of work with everyone else, and you really want to be loud and almost obnoxious in these spaces, because it helps other people understand and recognize the problems that are specific to you and your community and how urgent it is to fix them. So thank you so much for having me on the page, and thank you for everyone who's listening to me. If you have any questions, want any advice, feel completely free to reach out absolutely any way that you want to, and I'd love to help. Thank you.